this video, I'll show you how to run the month-end closing for a period. The month-end closing is a process used to automatically generate specific documents, verify and adjust the balance of GL accounts at the end of the selected period. The tool is also used to close the financial year. To access the month-end closing document, go to Accounting module, open Month-end Closing from Service Tools. Once the form opens, fill the details before executing the month-end closing. That is, to choose the right entity if you have more than one entity. Choose the year. You can select the year for the period closing by using the earlier year using this arrow or later year using this button to the right. The figure in the center designates the selected year. In the left column gray color, you can select the month for processing. Once the month is selected, you can view which of the available process you must run and which are not required. The yellow triangles beside the months marks the month for which the month-end closing was not performed successfully or might need manual adjustments. If it turns green, it means the month is closed successfully. So the process involved with the month-end closing is to calculate depreciation. This option should be selected to calculate the depreciation of the fixed asset based on the methods assigned to the fixed asset entered. Calculate current revenue for deferrals. This option should be selected when your company has deferred revenue transaction, and by this process, the revenue recognition document is generated for deferrals with by month and by calendar days calculation method. It will recognize the actual revenues in the current period. Calculate current expense for deferrals need to be enabled if the expense recognition document is generated for deferrals with the by month and by calendar days calculation method. This generated document will recognize as actual expense in the current month. Calculate end of service benefits need to be enabled for the calculation of end of service benefit. Each document lists the employees who are not listed in any end of service benefit documents for which the manual processing is selected. Enable the option calculate exchange rate differences. If this option is selected, the system calculates the realized and unrealized gains and losses, that is the exchange rate difference due to the fluctuation of exchange rates of foreign currencies with respect to the national currency. If the calculate exchange rate difference only on month option is selected, on the administration settings, go to service settings, enable the option calculate exchange rate differences on month end closing. In that case, the exchange rate differences will be calculated only during the month end closing process. Otherwise, they will be calculated on posting of any foreign currency document and adjusted on the date of month-end closing. Moving on to the next option, calculate direct cost. If this option is selected, the system calculates the weighted average cost of the ending inventory based on the inventory beginning balances, production and purchases during the period, and then adjusts the cost of goods sold for each transaction recorded and posted during the period, including customer returns. Enable the option allocate costs. This option allocates specific expenses to the cost of goods and services account. Enable the option allocate actual cost. If this option is selected, the system adjusts the cost of the inventory and the finished goods based on the direct cost and allocated cost, recalculates the cost of sold goods and services for each transaction recorded and posted during this period. Calculate vacation days. If this option is selected, it calculates the vacation days available for the employees based on the vacation type and the vacation settings in corresponding employment contracts. Finally, calculate financial result. This executes allocation of the profit and loss type and calculates the financial results. That is, a profit or loss made by the company during the month after all the allocations are executed. Once the process are selected, click on execute month-end closing. You can see the process will turn into green circles, which means the month-end closing has been executed successfully. You can find the details of the figures in the reports option. It will give you the details of accumulated depreciation, exchange rate differences, calculation of production cost, and the financial calculation result. If it includes any kind of error in any of the process, it will be mentioned under month-end closing errors. Please note, the generated documents are posted automatically. For each month, there can be only one automatically created document for each type. If the month-end closing process is run repeatedly, the automatic created document will be overwritten. It is also advisable that once month-end closing is done, your company should set date of prohibition to restrict any changes in the posted document. Kindly refer the video how to set date of prohibition. And in case documents are posted in the closed month, you should cancel the month using the option cancel month-end closing and execute the month-end again for the period to get accurate financial result. That's how you can run the month-end closing for the period. Thanks for watching the video.